So hello from my Pampered camper. This is my 71 Shasta, and I took it out camping this weekend and enjoyed a lot of fun with some other vintage campers. But I wanted to show you my Pampered Chef stash, some things that I brought along that made it much easier to get meals done while we were showing the camper, so I couldn't really mess up my big kitchen that I love in here. That's one of the reasons I loved this style camper, is because we have a real kitchen. We have a real stove, an oven, and we have a little bit of counter space. Of course, I've got it cluttered up right now since we just got back from a trip. I have a real sink. I have a real fridge, which is so stinking cute inside. I'm letting that get all dried out so it doesn't have condensation in there. But here's some of the tools that I found super helpful while we were camping, and you might need to toss these into your camper as well. Okay, number one is a can opener. Yours may be a different color, but they still work, and they're smooth edged. And one of the things I liked also about having that is I could reuse those cans to catch like grease drippings when we made breakfast the next morning or something, and was easy to throw those away, and very safe. Of course, professional shears. You never know what you're going to need to open. You never know what you're going to need to cut. Could be fishing line, could be limb, could be, chicken for dinner. Who knows? So that's a must-have. Microwave grips. I use these all the time to get hot things in and out of the oven. Just be able to grab whatever I need to grab. If you're going to do any real potatoes while you're gone, the serrated peeler is awesome. Peels going forward and backward, and then these little ears will dig out any eyes or blemishes out of that. Peels vegetables, peels fruits, whatever you may need. Cutting mats, you're going to need several of those, just for various things. And knives. This is something that I had small knives here, but this weekend I didn't remember to pack some of my larger ones. I'd pulled those out and had put them in with the Freezer Mill Workshop, and of course they were great use there, but I hadn't brought in my larger knives, and I've got a couple of oranges, and I didn't really even have a good way to slice those. So they're now happily back in my camper. But this right here, y'all, this is awesome because you saw what space I have in my little camper here. So stackable cooling racks, you can stack these up. They're great to protect your tablecloth or your table outside when you have something hot that you're cooking. Maybe you've cooked something over the open fire like fried donuts. Oh yeah. Used my small saute pan for that, and I had made some fresh butter and brought that with us from our whipped cream maker. And you just take day-old donuts and put a little butter in that skillet, and either open the fire, over the fire or over your burner, and get that butter going and sizzle those donuts, flip them over a time or two until they're warm, serve those with ice cream. Yeah, baby, it's awesome. Okay, a couple other things. Bowl lickers, aka scrapers, is what Pampered Chef says. Mine happens to be this fabulous color, the same color of my camper, because I've been around a long time. Yours would be white if you order any of those now, but I love that they're heat resistant, and you can scrape out all the bowls, clean up everything, so that way you don't have as big of a mess if you're actually having to wash any dishes. You can clean out everything before you start. Tongs. You need to grab certain things without using your fingers, so I have the little small chef's tongs in here, but some tongs of any sort are a great thing to have in the camper. Collapsible bowls. They take up a lot less space. The ones available now are bright green instead of this blue. This is just, like I said, one of those things, one of those perks from being around a while. These collapse, so they take up no space until you're ready to use them, and they come with lids. So a great way. I use that to bread my chicken before I fried my chicken. Okay, my favorite, the Rock Crock with the slow cooker. I was able to slow cook ribs while we were out gone antiquing and looking around in the little town that we were at. Come back and the ribs were done. All I had to do was pour off the juice, which was actually root beer that I'd poured over them to let them simmer in. Poured that off, added barbecue sauce, dinner was done. Absolutely fabulous. Hot pad Trivets, the ones we have available now are bright red, but you need a place to sit hot things from time to time, and these are great. You can also use these as oven mitts to grab things in and out. So I hope that gives you an idea of a thing or two to grab, to toss in. I have a whole passel of other kitchen tools over here, the majority of which are Pampered Chef. This is a must-have. Oh yeah, I'm glad I pulled y'all over here. A thermometer, because you need to know if those ribs are done, if that chicken's done, if the pork is done, whatever. And on the little sleeve, it will tell you the temperature. But here's the general rule: 165, nothing's alive. So that's a good general rule for you. So I hope you all can be happy campers too. And here's another must-have. Stoneware. Do you see my stones hanging out in there? My itty-bitty oven. This is the medium bar pan and the medium stone, both of which fit in there. I tried to make biscuits this weekend. And I used a cute little metal pan that my mom had given me with no success. It burnt the bottoms of my biscuits. So don't burn the bottoms of your biscuits at all, please. Take stoneware, use that. So I hope you enjoyed these tips, and I'll see you all soon.